Next thing is the enable and disable physics. In this scene I have disabled physics from the beginning, so you can select the cloth and you can go to the physics tab and you can enable cloth by pressing the display modifier in viewport icon. That will start the simulation. And for this simulation to look correct, we have to start from frame 0, because that's where it starts simulating. And next we have the necklace, and we have kind of a surface simulation here around the neck. I'm gonna try to select it. It's barely visible, but it's there. And it's also not enabled by default, so I can check going to the physics properties tab and enable it by clicking this icon. And we need to also simulate this from the start, so we press play from frame 0, and there you have it. And this, as we see around her neck, it's like a surface that's emulate a cloth that moves with the body. When the body moves, this cloth moves, and this necklace is also attached to this cloth. So the necklace is like will transform with the cloth. That's one way to do necklace physics simulation, and it works pretty well. But it's also, like I said, it's kind of memory intense, so you have to bake this also, so you don't get too slow of a playback in the viewport. And if we disable the cloth simulation, you see it goes back inside the body. But that's because the cloth simulation needs to be really tight and down to the body, so that's why it's packed in there. But it will reveal itself as you press the simulate button. It will like kind of expand. Okay, here we have the animated version of Krystal. I'm gonna do a playback, and you see the frame rate is very low. It's around 6 frames per second. And we have all the physics going here. So we can select the cloth, and we see that it's active, and we see everything here is grayed out because it's been baked. We can go down and we can delete this bake if we want to extend the bake simulation, the frame range, or just renew the bake. We can delete it. I'm gonna do that now, but also remember that there's a necklace simulation up here, so we have to update that also if we want to, for example, extend the frame range for the cloth simulation. So we can try that. We can delete the bake, and as you see now, if I play back, the bake is still there. So what I used to do is that sometimes you have to refresh it by pressing this display icon to click it, deactivate the simulation, then activate it again, and play it from the start. Now it should update in real time without bake. So that's why it's going so slow now. Also, we're only at 1 frame per second. So if I want to bake this, then I can just hit the bake button here. You select the cloth, and you hit the bake button. And if you want to extend the simulation, you have to change the end frame here, so you can go up to maybe 200 or 300 frames. I'm gonna keep it at 130 right now, like that. And then we have the necklace simulation also have a cloth simulation going there, and everything here is grayed out since it's been baked. We can delete the bake here also. So here you can also change the frame range from the start and the end of the simulation. So what we can do now, we can, in this next row of buttons, there we have something that's called Bake All Dynamics. So we can hit that. That will bake both the necklace simulation and the cloth simulation. I'm gonna press that now, bake all dynamics, and it will work its way through the frames up to frame 130 that's been that we have given here in this field. So that's the end frame. So I have to wait a little. Now it's done baking, and we can hit the play button. We also see we have a better frame rate now for the walk cycle. Even if it's not that great, it's still better than the non-baked version. Okay. And if we want to just hide our bakes, we don't want any bake, then we can just click this display icon. Up here. We are in the physics properties tab. We can select the cloth, and we can go to physics properties, cloth, and we can deactivate it. The same for the necklace. And you're gonna see the frame rate still isn't that great. Still down at 6. Could be because it's some modifiers on the model and other stuff. I've tried to remove all the mirror modifiers and stuff, subsurfs, so it should be pretty clean.